Before question, I'd like to thank our fans. I thought, for me this year especially, this was the best crowd we've had all season. And I don't know if it's the most people we had. It probably wasn't, but I thought our crowd was really good. I thought our students were fantastic. Must have been those donuts. But when our crowd's like that, it really helps us. And when our crowd's not like that, it hurts us. And today our crowd was a huge help, so I want to say thank you.
Yeah, Coach, how was it to, what kind of talent this team has, and to see them display that for a full 40 minutes as you've been talking about? How good is it to see that all come together in a win like today?
Today was a great win. I mean, Butler's an outstanding program. They're a veteran team. They got one of probably the most unique player in our conference and the best shooter in our conference, and obviously really well coached. So to be able to in a short turnaround, play and compete like we did and end up pulling out a win is terrific. I think we have talent. I think the thing that people don't talk about very much, and I've tried not to, but I think as a result of not talking about it, we're 344 out of 351 in the country in terms of experience. So we're in the bottom 6 of all Division I basketball, based on the experience that our kids have had at this level. And so it's a process. And so as you're going through the process, it's not going to work in a straight line. It's going to be some times where it goes really up, and there's going to go some times where you're going to have to crawl out of the valley. But the thing you want to see is growth, and I've seen growth. And today was another example of us growing and getting better. And we need to continue to do that. And these young guys have had good attitudes. We've been knocked to the mat on a number of occasions, and these kids have gotten up. They've gotten up, and I'm proud of them. I'm really proud of them. I'm really proud of them.
Wednesday night, you told us that Henry couldn't just be a freshman All-American. He had to play at an All-American level, period. What did you say to him during the week, and what did you see today that you thought inspired his best performance of the year?
Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to repeat everything I said to him, but we did watch the tape of the Stetson game, and Henry would tell you that was not a performance worthy of somebody of his potential and pride and talent. And he looked at himself and said, I have to be better. And he took the truth, and he met it head on, and as a result, he came out and he played like an absolute man. I mean, he didn't play like one of the best freshmen in the country today. He played like one of the best players in the country today.
Coming into the game, Tracy had 12 threes all season, got 5 today. Is it something he's been working on a lot to try to improve that? I mean, it seemed to kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, it did. And some of it, Tracy works on his game. He's a very hard worker. And again, he's going through this process of, in the point guard positions, as hard as any, because I'm asking him for the first time to think outside of himself all the time. That's what the quarterback and the point guard has to do. How do I make the people around me better? So a lot of times in a game, when the ball comes back to you and it's time for you to shoot, you're not thinking about shooting. And so it's a secondary shot. But he can be a good shooter. I thought he was very precise on his shots today. I thought he was very sharp. And when he does that, he's a good shooter. Those were big shots for us. And in addition to his shooting, his pressure on the ball against Jones was big, because we wanted to try to get into Jones's legs, because he's so darn good. And he's our only true ball handler right now.
Yeah, kind of talking about Jones, 15 points in the first half, but totally shut down after that. Was there any type of adjustment, or is it just more of Tracy being on the court to stop him?
It may just be the cumulative effect of having somebody pick you up 94 feet for 40 minutes. And it's a lot of responsibility. It can wear on you. And I'm not saying that's why he didn't score in the second half, but having been in that position as a point guard and having somebody chase me for 40 minutes, by the end of the game, you're tired.
You talk about the will to win and figuring out what needs to happen to win. Yeah, we mentioned Ellenson and some of the guys that had career days today, but you look at Luke Fisher, no points, but he still had a good day. He only committed 1 foul, 5 blocks. He stays on the floor, and he's there when you need him. Did you see the examples today, and are you going to emphasize to your guys that it's just about what it takes to win?
Yeah, and we try to emphasize that all the time, but there's going to be a number of examples. I'll give you a great example. Hanif Cheatham was matched up with Dunham. Dunham is the best shooter in our conference and one of the best shooters in the United States, and we put a freshman on him and said, you got to try to stop this kid. And that's your job. And he did an amazing job. He didn't hold him scoreless. Nobody's going to hold him scoreless. He had remarkable competitiveness and focus and concentration and did a unbelievable job guarding him. And maybe he only had 6 points. He's been averaging double figures. This is one of his best games. This is one of his best games. You can contribute to winning, even though the ball's not going through the hoop.
Tracy, coming into today, you hadn't used the three-point shot a lot in your game. What was it about Butler's defense or your own, perspective from the game that you said, you know what, I'm going to take a lot of threes today?
I think the way they played off me, they laid off me a lot. So I just took what was there.
Missed your first couple, then you got hot and you hit the next 5. Was it a matter of feeling it? Did you know that you kind of had it at some point and said, all right, give me the ball?
I thought my teammates seen that I kept hitting, and they kept feeding me. They kept helping off me, so my teammates seen that. They kept giving me the ball, and I was knocking shots down.
It's been kind of an up and down year for you guys. Do you see this as a win that you can build on going forward?
Yeah, definitely. That's what we talk about, just building off this one. Nothing else matters. What happened in the past doesn't matter. We just got to build off this now.
When defenders, kind of leave you with some extra room, do you kind of take offense to that a little bit because you know how good of a shooter you can be?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. But I know that I take offense to it, but I know that I'm going to start hitting them and that I will hit jump shots. It's all about confidence in this game.
You had a great day. Your teammate Henry Ellenson had a career day as well. What was different about Henry today, especially after he had kind of a rough second half the other night?
I think Henry just finally locked into where he's most dominant and not trying to show everybody what he can do. And he just dominated. He dominated.
How you seen the floor change since the start of Biggie's play?
My play has calmed down a lot. I have got used to the game a lot more.
Henry, obviously a career game for you today. What was the difference today in the way that you approached the game?
We talked a lot after our Stenson game. We didn't play the way we wanted to, and so we had a team meeting. I sat down with a couple coaches and really just broke down the film on where I need to attack better, and I think just getting to the rack more for me personally. And then as a team, just the ball movement and really just going for the full 40, knowing that a teammate's going to have your back, and we're playing a physical team, what Butler was, and so just showing effort for the full 40 minutes.
Did seem like you were more willing to kind of bang down low today. Did the coaches challenge you to be more physical? What did they say to you to kind of inspire this performance today?
Yeah, for sure. I create a mismatch every time, and just not settling for jump shots. That's letting my defender get off easy, and so just getting to the rack and the physical team, but just play through it. And so that's something for sure just talked about and then executed in the game today.
Henry, Coach said that you played like one of the best players in the game today. What would your response be to that? How do you think?
No, I thought my teammates got me going, and guys are just playing a well-rounded game all around. And Tracy had career high. JJ had another consistent game. And that's what we need out of those guys is just not playing without themselves and just playing within the game and taking the shots given to them and just moving the ball around. And so I thought guys as a team just played their best.
Now, Stetson wasn't your best game. Was it important for you to not get into a lull, to come back out here the next one and really have probably your best game of the season?
Right, yeah, I can't get down on a game. I'm just confident in myself. And so, I know what my teammates need from me. And the guys were great just picking me up and telling me what to do because I had a bad attitude last game, and that's not me. And so just coming out, not just taking what the game gave me and not forcing anything and just playing within our team.
Henry, Coach talked a lot about the youth of this team and how this team is continuing to grow. How did you see this team grow today?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I thought this was one of our best well-rounded games, defensively and offensively. I think we did a really good job on Dunham. Obviously, he's one of the best players in the Big East, and he can get it going any night, and he does. And so I thought Haney, as a freshman, showed he can defend and chase down the shooter like that. And for Tracy and Dwayne to guard the big body Roosevelt was something. It was a team effort, but those guys really pressuring them, making go full court was something. So, just real proud of our effort, and probably was the best well-rounded game.
Henry, you were efficient on jumpers and three-pointers today. Did you change up something in your stroke or anything along those lines?
No, I'm consistent with my shots, just staying with it and not trying to force threes. Just take the open shots given to me, and so guys got the ball moving well, and just take the shot given to me.
You had a big first half. You guys were up and looking like you were going to go into the break up, and then Roosevelt Jones hits that long three-pointer. What was the feeling like among the team after that happened and during the half?
At half? Yeah, that was something. Obviously, that full court shot, you don't really expect that, so credits to him for hitting that. That was impressive. But, just knowing that, hey, 0-0, it's like the jump ball again coming out half, and so I think we came out a little sluggish, but we stuck with it. We weren't getting down, and we knew we wanted to win, and we're going to fight for it. And so, I thought guys came off the bench in the second half, did a really good job to get us going because the stars didn't do it as well as we should have. But, I thought it was just guys all around bench and on the court. It was a great team effort.
You haven't even been through one season of college basketball yet, but you've seen some of the ups and downs. You guys got a lot of momentum from Brooklyn, and then you've had stretches this year where the team hasn't maybe played as well as it would like. Just from what you've seen thus far, what does it take for this team to play consistent basketball like it played today through the rest of the season?
Right, that's what we've been figuring out this whole season. It's just how we can be consistent since we're such a talented team and we can play like a level at this. And so I think just having the physical mindset of going into defense that, hey, don't worry about offense, that's going to come, and let's just really focus and lock down on defense. And, we are a young team, and we have a lot of guys figuring themselves out on the court. And so, just being there to help each other, knowing I have your back, because everyone's going to have up and down days. And so just knowing that, hey, if someone's having a down day, we're going to pick each other up. And so it's a learning process, but I feel really good about these next games coming up. And so hopefully we just keep this rolling.
That's it. Thanks.
Thank you.